Hello, Forensicators, and welcome to the Magnet Virtual Summit 2026 CTF. In this video, we're going to be doing a walkthrough for the Android questions from the CTF. This stuff always looks easy when you have the answers, but my objective is to learn more about Android forensic artifacts. The main tools for this section are Axiom, ALEAP, Mushy, and Unfurl. So let's dive right in. Question 1. Anything open this time of night? What is the establishment the user took a screenshot of? So I started this one by going straight to Axiom and then filtering for the word screenshot. And after taking a quick look, looks like this 99 restaurant is the one that comes up over and over again. So 99 restaurant. Question 2. 3-star exit. What was the last time in UTC Clash of Clans was closed? All right, once again, I headed to Axiom to do a filter for the word clash. And I am pretty sure it should be somewhere in the application usage and then application activity, Android section. But I was wrong. There's nothing here because this is the date when the app was last moved. Instead, you have to look under the Samsung Digital Wellbeing Events. This is what tracks opening and closing type of events for apps. So here we can sort by the event date and time column. And since we're filtering for Clash, we can just look down at the last entry where it says activity stopped, which will give us the flag of 2025-12-15 180705. Question 3. Long distance call. What country was the other party from for a rejected or declined call? So in Axiom, I looked under communication and then Android call logs. I sorted it by call status column, and then we see the rejected call coming from Saudi Arabia. Question 4. Clean lens. What is the ingress rating of the security camera that supports night vision? All right off the bat, I have no idea what an ingress rating is. So my assumption is that it will be a field within a database file or as part of a viewed web page. And since it's looking for a security camera that supports night vision, I do a filter for night vision. And then on the web related and then Chrome fave icons, I see that the user searched for a night vision camera. So I copy the URL, pasted it into a web browser, and then did a search for the word ingress on the page. And so this gives us the flag of IP67. Question 5. The MVS Times. What was the answer to the first Wordle puzzle solved? So first guess is that there has to be in the database for the Wordle app. So let's find out where the Wordle app is located. Searching for the term Wordle gets no results. After a quick Google search, it turns out that Wordle is played with the New York Times app. So I started searching for the NY Times. And then finding the app location under data.com.newyorktimes.crossword. I poked around for a while and then found the databases in the app, web view, default, local storage, level DB, and then there's a bunch of them in the LDB format. Since they're not human readable, I exported out all of the files and then used Mushy to look at them. I'm going to filter to only look at data that is relevant, so I use the keyword of puzzle. As we look at the first game played, the player guessed acorn, which is incorrect, as we can see in the status of in progress. And then the next guess is the word mox, which is also incorrect, followed by coop, coily, third, and finally colic on 11/28. And so we can see the status change from in progress to win, which indicated that the puzzle was indeed solved. So the answer is colic. Question 6. Secure attachment. What is the name of the client the user was most recently working on? So for this one, it was easier to find the info from ALEAP. I hopped down to the Google Drive section and then click on cello for the user of D Jones ISS Secure. And if I expand out all of the entries and looked at the bottom, which was the last thing worked on, I see the folder called Hidden Gems. Question 7. Guess again. What was the second guess on the first Wordle the user played? So looking back at Mushy's read of the level DB files from question 5, I can see that the second guess was Mox. Question 8. Checked out. What was the reason the Nike app was last exited? All right, so since this question is specific to the Nike app, let's dive into the file system view and look under data, com.nike plus GPS. And then underneath there, it's the cache, new relic, application, exit info. And here we have a couple of .dat files. Let's look at the one with the latest timestamp, right? The one that's called AEI-556. And we can see reason 13, other kills by system. Question 9, swimming school. What class had the most badges? This is another tough one if you have no idea what they are asking. Apparently, the question is referring to the little numbers next to an icon on an Android phone that tells you about alerts and notifications. So according to the interweb, the info is under data, and then the name of the package. And since I don't know the name of it, I will just filter for badge, and out pops com.sec.android.provider.badge. So switching back to all subfolders, I see the badge.db file. And looking at the apps table, we can see the highest badge count belongs to com.zliaoapp.musically, which is better known as TikTok. And the associated class is named com.ss.android.ugc.awme.splash.activity. Question 10. Smarty Pants. How many emails were automatically labeled as notifications? So I recall this was one of those things that ALEAP has parsed out. So I looked under Gmail and then labeled details. And then in there it says unread count and total count. And so I would have guessed 10, which is incorrect. So following the path that ALEAP has cited, I just want to make sure I understand what's going on and that ALEAP didn't parse it incorrectly. So once here, I realized that there are two different Gmail accounts, Daniel Jones Online 55 and then djones.iss secure. So this tricky question is asking for both the accounts. So what we got to do is look at the one account here, which has a count of 10 we saw earlier. And then for this other account for Daniel Jones Online 55, it has 73 notifications. So 10 plus 73 is 83. Question 11. Put a ring on it. What is the hex code of the content color for the entry that expires on 2025-12-01 at 15:06:45? So this is another question where I had no idea where to even start, as I had no idea what they're even asking. And after getting the solution, this method would have led to the answer. In ALEAP, look at the fcm dump com.bd.n project. In the value field, there is both a key value pair for expire time and also for content color. So using the epochconverter.com, I enter the human readable timestamp of 2025-12:01, 15:06:45 and convert it into a epoch timestamp, getting 1764601605. And entering that into the search bar, it now narrows the entries to just 3, all with the content data of 26, 26, 26. Question 12. Some data hides many stats. What was the PID of the app that was in focus at 2025-12-15, 174809? All right, so let me start by narrowing down the range of dates from 12/15/25 between 5:47 p.m. and 5:49 p.m. in Axiom's artifacts view. And so from question 2, we were exploring the Samsung Digital Wellbeing Events artifact as containing information about app activity. So looking at the timestamp around 5:48:09, we see that Clash of Clans was active. Then I looked at the Samsung Device Health Services CPU data, and it has Clash of Clans listed with the application UID of 10338. And then clicking into the source thermal log at data.com.sec.android.sdhms databases thermal_log. And we're going to look at the CPU stat table, right, which is in the hint, in the clue stat table. And when I do a search in the UID column for 10338, I see the corresponding PID of 5254. Question 13, U-tree-C. When in UTC was the time zone set? You would think this is a standard question so that it would be built into some of the tools, but nope. So the place to start is the Android Samsung Wellbeing that we explored from question 2. And in Axiom, I'm going to go to the application activity, Samsung Digital Wellbeing Events. Here, the database table is named dwbcommon.db, and then open it up within DB browser, and then look at the table named logging. And we can see the various activities. Filtering out the value column with the word time zone, we narrow down our query to 3 possible times. And if we copy and paste these into unfurl, we basically get 2025-11-10, 18-11-25, or 18-11-26. Pick one or the other. It's a 50-50. Question 14. Out of bounds. What is the top package name in a split screen shortcut? All right, I gotta admit, I don't know what a split screen shortcut was, so I had to look it up. And so it turns out you can split your phone screen into top and bottom, and then have 2 different apps running at the same time. And on top of that, you can create a shortcut so that when you engage a shortcut, it will just open up both of the apps on the screen. And without being told, I would have had no idea where this artifact would live. But if you look at data, com.sec.android.app.launcher, shared_prefs, apps_edge_sa_status_pref.xml. That's the file that has all this data. So if you look at it, there is a string field named EG2033. I'm going to go ahead and export out this particular file and then bring it back up in Notepad so it's easier to read. And what we see here is that there is a bunch of apps separated by the slash symbol. So I'm going to go ahead and separate these out. And then we also notice one set here that contains a ampersand symbol in between 2 app names. This is where the split screen is signified. We see messaging, and then we see YouTube, and then ampersand NS browser, YouTube again, Chrome, and Tachyon. So essentially, YouTube and S browser are stacked together in that shortcut. And the first one listed is the package name on top, which is com.google.android.youtube. All right, so those are the solutions for solving the Android portion of the 2026 Magnet CTF. And once again, there are many ways of getting the answers. These methods just worked for me. If you have a different or better way, leave a comment below and share. If you're interested in Capture the Flag walkthroughs, I'm sure you will like this video here. Make sure you click on the blue monkey to subscribe. Thanks for your time, and happy hunting.